Piano teachers. How to teach your students how simple the system of key notation is. How to teach them how to read the scores step by step and not get them intimidated by so many keys, lines between lines. Just tell them that there are two categories or two families of keys. The ones that are living are located on the lines, where the line is like passing through their bellies, cutting through their belly, or a knife is cutting a pizza in half. You can draw it separately. Third line, first, second, third line. We're counting from bottom to top. And then the other family is the keys that are located in between lines. No line is cutting through them. Or as I like to say, in the house of treble clef, first line, first floor, second line, second floor, third line, third floor. And now you're giving them an anchor. You don't need to give them all the keys. Just give them those three keys on the lines, three keys in between lines. This is E key or Mi key, depending on the system you use, on the first octave or fourth or middle octave, depending on the system that you use to name the key, the octaves. So if this is E, that's what they have to get, is that the next line is not going to be a neighbor key. It's not going to be this key. And if we're going up, we're going right to the piano keyboard, right? Because the pitches are getting higher. So this is not going to be a neighbor key. They will always jump one key. We will always jump one white key and go to the next one. So this is G key. Even if they don't still know the names or they can't orientate, just as long as they even show you with their fingers the keys on the piano keyboard, you're good to go. So this is G. So the third line is going to be where? Here we have E. Second line is here. The third line is very unlikely when you show them this that they're going to show you that this is the next line. No, it's going to be this one. They have to jump one key. Even if they don't know this name, you just say it, write it down, and even if they don't learn it in the beginning, that's totally okay. Just as long as they understand that this system is very, very simple. And then you have first floor. Give them an anchor. This is an F, first floor. Show them this on the piano. Then ask them, let's say not the next floor, let's say third floor. So you're going to jump the second floor. This is the second floor. And we're going to go on the third floor. And then you name it the key or they name it. So, and then you can ask what's the key on in between the first and the third floor, the second floor, this one here. And then you teach them that if we're going to have all the keys together, we are uniting those two families to become one, and we're going to have on the first line, on the first floor, on the second line, on the second floor, on the third line, on the third floor. Just give them those 6 keys. And explain to them that when we go from floor to floor, we are jumping one key that is on the line. And if we are going one key from one line to the next one, we are jumping the other family that is in between lines or on the floor. And now to make it more personal and interactive and have them being more engaged, let's say you have a student whose name is Eva. So you create the personal clef of Eva, which is symbolized like that, or even you can ask them what is their favorite symbol, It can be a sun or a teddy bear. And you say to Eva that now, Eva, on your personal clef, the E key is located on the second line. So if this is E on the second line, which key is going to be located on the third line? If you already see that their eyes or fingers are moving like this, jumping the neighbor key and going to the next one, they already understood the assignment. So if this is E, this is going to be G. And if you're going to have, let's say, Mike, this is Mike's key. and his E key is located here on the basement. This is his anchor. This is his starting point. So if this is E for Mike, what key is going to be here on the second floor? We are jumping the first floor, so we're jumping this key and we're moving on to this one, to B. And through this system, you can make this as an exercise for 5 minutes for, let's say, 5-6 lessons. You will see a difference on how less keys you have to write down on the pieces that they're learning. I usually don't give more than 20% per line. I have them think, but I simplify it for them. I make them think in with those two families.